Hi there, I'm Mila Flores. I am a birth worker since 2006. I began assisting midwives in the out-of-hospital birth setting at home, became a doula, and continued my work in many other communities and collectives anchored into Upper Manhattan and the Bronx. I'm a birth justice advocate, and I am very pleased to be sharing information about the birthing place and how we are making moves towards more education, more wellness, and into an eventual birth center for blossoming families of New York. I was asked to share about the birthing place and how we've impacted communities using our key initiatives and share about our programs. So we're happy to share. Um, about how you can support this work. So yeah, we're the birthing place. We are a team of experienced birth professionals creating solutions to serve families and their needs throughout their reproductive lifespan. We're a center for health, wellness, and family. Our mission is to expand access to perinatal education, family wellness, and community midwifery care through the reproductive lifespan of folks throughout NYC, based and focused within the Bronx. And we achieve this by providing education, implementing the Womb Bus, which is our mobile wellness sprinter, and developing a Bronx-based freestanding birth center. Birth centers make a huge difference. Here are some of the ways they reduce and enhance the negative and positive impacts, reducing preterm birth, low birth weight, enhancing birth outcomes, better birth outcomes, and client satisfaction, and cost savings to our city and state and country. Here is an example of some cost savings. Sometimes people who I've presented this to have taken note of or have a focus, an interest in how this saves money for the government. So this is why I put together this slide. Um, as you can see here, a Medicaid study shows a approximate cost savings of 1,163 for per birth, and just translated that to New York City. It chose 2019 as a number where there were 110,000 ish total lives births, and you can see here for the exact numbers. And if estimated folks on Medicaid are 56%, if 85% of folks are low risk, that means that 52,000 folks are should have the option for a birth center birth. Um, 85% of folks are low risk. Pregnant people in New York don't have many options. But nonetheless, if we have that option and there people take it, this would be a potential cost savings of 61 million. How do we get to where we're going, y'all? This is just a little picture of the birthing place in our early days in 2022, where the womb bus was still white and we had a magnet on the outside there. This was at Metropolitan Oval. We will be throughout many places this summer. We've launched our, second summer in action, and you can check us out on womb bus, thebirthingplace.co, but /womb bus. What is Woombus? We're a wellness hub. We connect families to reproductive care resources and education. We bring birthing people, young people, and new expectant families perinatal support, reproductive counseling, and education with experienced BIPOC birth workers and wellness practitioners. We say here low to no cost, but everything we've done to date has been free. So we're just reserving that possibility because everything we've done has also been community-led, driven, and funded. We are still seeking ways to get our government to support our causes, but thankfully our community has been amazing. So moving forward, here are some of the places. This is needs to be up to date because there's a couple more locations this year, but in 2022, that's where we went. Ewan Park, St. James Park, Metropolitan Oval, Watson Gleason Playground, and Joyce Kilmer Park in the neighborhoods throughout the Bronx. The offerings we have, you can see here, education, referral to doula services, wellness, for reproductive wellness conversations, supplemental body work, advocacy skills, practice, and community events. We bring what we do right to the neighborhoods. We happen to choose the neighborhoods that had the highest rates of infant mortality, and we are expanding because we could only do 5 locations last year, and now we've taken it back. Instead of having like every day of the week something, we'll have 2 days of the week, and pop-up events, and continue in more locations than we were last year. Here are the growing collaborations that I can just sprinkle a little info about. The Bronx Doula Access Project, that is something that has felt like a full-time initiative, but we've collaborated with different collectives to bring doulas to the community, and we have the doula-led childbirth education, hosted by the Birthing Place Bronx, and we have birth and postpartum doulas by various wonderful doula collectives that are all committed to serving the Bronx. We've expanded childbirth education and language access, turning all of our curriculum also into Spanish, having Spanish options. And we hope to move into French as well as do some research on how this is impacting folks, because we've had everyone sign up with their emails. We want to send out a survey to see how that actually impacted them. Not just like, did you like the class, but like find out some key details that will hopefully allow us to get more funding and reach more people with education that our community has. When they're taking it, they're like, afterwards giving lots of wonderful feedback about how much they appreciate it and how they wouldn't normally necessarily have the option to have this level of engagement and quality education. Nourish RX, so happy to talk about this one. This is going to be some nutritional education for families, bringing our mobile health unit together with Sisters Van. That's another mobile health unit by Black Women's Blueprint, and we're going to do some really fun activities that really center health, utilizing natural foods, and community sourced agriculture to be medicine. Food is medicine. And we'll have perinatal focuses as well, to help the conditions that are very prominent in pregnancy in our communities. So we have maternal partnership. It's another way that we're going to have people monitor their pregnancies. If they are considered high risk, they can engage with this application, connect with our midwife who's bilingual, and we'll check in on them and basically be another layer of information and support to help them feel more informed and have more agency around decisions, like if something comes up because their uh, blood pressure is higher this week than it has been their whole pregnancy. For example, fibroid fighters is something, we've learned from our community. Being out for a year, we were able to hear, and over 125 people took our survey, which showed us what people were interested in and what kind of circumstances they were facing, and much of which were fibroids. And so we want to have people have early detection of fibroids. And every twice a week, we're going to have fibroid screenings free to anyone who wants one. And so here's a little, wonderful list of some of the folks we've been involved with, and supporting our work, and co-elevating and uplifting one another as we're all in a common fight towards improving maternal health and creating better experiences and better outcomes. So I just want to note that right now we happen to be in another stage in our development where we will be opening a clinic this summer in August. So I just want to let you know that we are in motion. And once we have a clinic, we'll be able to provide well person care and share clinical care for people. Um, throughout their preconception and postpartum. But in terms of pregnancy, only through the first trimester. And once they're in the second trimester, we're going to transfer care to other wonderful midwives or perinatal professionals that are either in hospital or out of hospital, folks that we have trust and relationship with. So that'll be what we'll continue doing until we eventually build our birth center. And you can help us build our birth center. We're in this stage of like this clinic stage that we hope to begin this summer. We are in motion. And then hopefully that when we're able to show not only that people are impacted by our education and how, the wellness offerings that we host for others uh, are showing impact and reach, but we can actually show how our care directly impacts folks. And we hope and believe that that is going to be the real shift in how we can truly raise all the funds necessary to create this birth center on a land that has been identified for this purpose for years now. And so now we can hopefully see it to fruition. So thank you so much for the interest in this work and being able to listen and support what we're doing. You are also very appreciated if you spread the word in any way, shape, or form. We are appreciative of that too. And stay in touch. Follow our IG, get in on our newsletter, show up at the Womb Bus. We hope to see you and build community with you. Thank you so much.